Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Now the play fake. Finds his tight end. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second. It allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Broncos getting set on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Running with power. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. And the Broncos have taken it inside the 20. They go to the draw. Hard running there. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And he'll be out of bounds just short of the goal line, but man, are they in business now.
And this offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Broncos!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up, and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
To the air on first down. Ball in the air, intercepted. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
The Broncos will try to put one on the board on first and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Akron is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Charlie Fry, this offense is not capable of scoring points every single time it sees the ball. They're up by 7 over Kentucky. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Hurley. He's got the tight end. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play. Offense is in business.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They're bringing heat. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The give to the single back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll run play action. Shoots it to the left. Hauls it in. At midfield, he's got room. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play. And you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. At the 35, he's loose. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. He's racked up 92 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Broncos. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're lining up to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. He's got great speed. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And, David, I don't think you have to...
He's off to the races. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Broncos!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
To the air, it's Hurley. He's got his man. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Got his man downfield. And they got the defense on that one. And 29-yard line. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Finds a tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Quick handoff. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. You got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
Oh, it's a reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They had this drive going, but they face a 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football offense. Very lucky to get that football back.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. perfect. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Boise State ready to send out that offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him?
Looking for a huge play. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on second down. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Sting.
Setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He's got him in the flat. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. At the 20, he's got space. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Boise State. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UMass sure is making the flagship proud today. What a spectacular performance on the offensive side of the ball. They're up 14 over Stanford. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. First down for this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Trying to make magic with his feet. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
He does a good job of scrambling around and trying to make a play. But I tell you what, you don't want to take too many shots like that. Those big hits, oof. If you get up now, you're dang sure going to feel them later.
And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. To the air, it's Hurley. Finds his target down the middle. Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets it to the 34.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on third down. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. And this one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. The official says no good. The idea was to draw just a tad closer. Instead, the mountain is still enormous. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. He's gonna pass. He lets one fly deep. He's got it down the right side. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Broncos.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot. Scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Boise to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Moves from one of the shiftiest players. All of college football. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Albertson Stadium.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs. In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Not overly complicated, not something the OC spent the whole summer designing. I take the ball and I toss it to my fast guy, get him on the perimeter, block it up good. My wide receivers commit to blocking, and boom, make a big play.
The Broncos have it with a 1st and 10.
Slide 22.
They'll run the counter. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Here's the handoff. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Love the play call by the offensive coordinator here. They're attacking this defense in a lot of different ways. That time going with the jet sweep to get the first down.
And the Broncos will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. It's reverse. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances, get the ball to some speed on the perimeter, try to make some big plays.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Finds his big tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was...
Touchdown, Broncos! And the beatdown has ensued. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Just got one on that last run. Now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. Handoff to the lone back.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to get the first through the air. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Finds his big tight end. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He wants to throw. Got him downfield. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate.
Touchdown, Boise State! And the route is on. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense.
Green 25.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser. Second down coming up.
Yankee blue. Yankee blue.
He's looking to throw. He makes the connection.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. That ball is caught past the marker, but he is out of bounds, and it'll be 4th down. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Catches it at the 15. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Boise State ready to send out that offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Line gets set, first down. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Game, offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. First down here for the offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Down, Gamecocks. Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. Nice play there by the offense, but still a ton of ground to make up.
Yeah, this one's pretty much over, but listen, put that exclamation point on it. Finish the way you want to finish. Make sure your offense keeps that momentum going. It can build throughout the season.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. And the extra point was good to finish things off. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Akron is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Charlie Fry, this offense is not capable of scoring points every single time it sees the ball. They're up by 5 over Kentucky. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Broncos line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, this defense thought coming into this one they could get after the quarterback, but I'm not sure, guys, if they thought they'd have this much success. Everything they've dialed up has gotten home. They've got 6 sacks in this game.
On the ready.
2nd down now after the sack.
Pound 55 weak.
He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
That delay of game penalty pushes the offense back even closer to its own end zone.
Got it.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Lion.
The give to the tailback. Bulls his way forward. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Double right. Igloo. Igloo.
The wide receiver shows motion. With jet sweep pass. Off he goes. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
And you see so many of these plays now in today's football. Wide receiver coming in motion, and the quarterback catches it, just flips it forward. That's a completed pass. You see the big plays where it just lets him get on the edge really, really quickly. And if he drops the football coming in motion, it's just an incomplete pass. So these plays are getting big plays with really no risk.
Breaks the tackle. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. The Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, 4th quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Offense gets set for 2nd down.
Cricket.
On the option. He'll toss it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Feeling some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. Getting some heat. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm.
Breaks a tackle and he's got room. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Now on 1st down from the 28. He's looking to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got his man, makes the grab.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. At the 40, there he goes. The ball squirts free. Touchdown, South Carolina. Not content. Fumble, they the fumble. You want something to be able to feel positive about after this game, and maybe that late touchdown will do it.
And Reese, I'm positive that stat counts on my stat line. Keep playing. Keep piling up those stats. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And the extra point is good, and that's the way we'll wrap it up. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That